Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. This is quite embarrassing, but look who is missing again. This time, how old is she? She is 13, and last year she was missing. I knew she looked familiar when I saw her. I said, she looks familiar to me. And then when I went online, I saw that back in 2024, she was missing. I guess she likes her hair in this particular style. I don't get it, but anyhow, police are asking the public's assistant, or they're asking for the public's assistance in locating 13-year-old Jenique Amanda Anderson. Now, when are you going to look at this as computer misuse? Because if someone uses the computer to shame someone, cause them stress, cause them undue, duress or that kind of BS, you call it computer misuse. They're just doing this to bring shame to her, because another thing that you don't do is when someone is younger than they're supposed to be in the news for whatever they're in the news for, you withhold their names, you don't put their photos, because you don't want them to be ashamed when they show back up to school or in the neighborhood. You don't want them taunted and bullied. And a lot of times, well, most of the time, well, all the time, you hide their names and their faces. But here she is. Here is, what's her name again? Jenique Amanda Anderson. Face plastered, her age plastered, everything about her from where she lives, in the Graham Hall Park area, is all online. And this is to make her shame. This is to shame her into stop doing what she's doing. Is this computer misuse? At what point is computer misuse going to come into these particular missing persons memorandum, or whatever it is you do? But anyhow, she is out of Christ Church, who was reported missing. She was last seen by her father around 7 a.m. on Wednesday. Today is Friday. Jenique is approximately 4 feet 6 inches tall. Now you know how tall that is, right? 4 feet 6 inches tall, of stout build, dark complexion, and weighs 208 pounds at 4 feet 6 inches tall. Stout. But anyhow, she has a round face, brown eyes, wears black rimmed glasses. Her ears are pierced once, though she was not wearing earrings at the time she was last seen. How do you know that? How do you know that she didn't do something to get another pair of earrings and she was sporting those new earrings, when she left? Her clothing is unknown. And so they didn't talk about where she frequents. Let me see. They ain't talking about where she frequents. Or how to say they frequents this place, you frequents that place, like they're rum drinkers, or like they're street walkers or whatever. But anyhow, they're asking you to call the police. Okay, the Oistins police station, 418-2612, 418-2612. Do not call Crime Stoppers. Do not call Crime Stoppers. Don't be that fool. Don't be that fool, okay? So this is her now in 2025. She's kind of upgraded the hairdo. And this is her back in 2024 when she was traced. You know how to say that? Traced. But they didn't tell you what man she was with. They didn't tell you what man she was with and who she was doing it with. She was probably missing from the time she was born. She was probably missing from the time she was born. Check her dad. Check her background. Check who's the mother. Who's her mother? And who's her dad? Her dad is the last one that saw her. Check him out. What kind of dad is he? Everything starts in childhood. That's what they say. Everything starts in childhood. Okay, that's what they say. It starts from small. So check out why she's running away. Check out why she's so big. She's overcompensating with poor nutrition, because if you're eating well, you don't gain weight. If you're eating well, okay, you don't have to satiate yourself with a lot of useless calories. When you're eating well, you can eat a potato, a ground potato, like a yam, a yam, and that can keep you full all day long. All day long. You could do porridge and put a little, hard biscuits or whatever in there, like back in the day. That keeps you full for hours, hours and hours and hours. And if you're playing and doing, what you're supposed to be doing, even studying, you lose calories when you're studying, when you're reading books or whatever. There are ways you can waste calories and use up your calories. 208 pounds, and she's under 5 feet tall. I pulled it up before I came to you. I pulled it up. I kind of pulled up what would a 4'6" person look at 206 pounds, and out. It's not the word, okay? It's not the word, okay? So this girl here, this one here was Jenique Amanda Anderson. She was missing before. She was probably missing before 2020. She was probably missing. I'm telling you, she was probably missing from the day she was born there. They have to look at what happened to these kids when they're small, when they're when they're young, when they're young. You have to look at to see their background, the dynamics in the family. If there's a boy in the family, and did they sleep in the same room? Do they have separate rooms? You guys don't got that shit down. That all y'all be sleeping on one bed. You guys don't prepare for a child. If it's a boy one time, a girl one time, you don't seem to know that you're supposed to have different bedrooms for them and that kind of stuff. You guys are lost. You guys are lost. Just lost. Okay? And she's going now in 2025, 2026, she'll be gone again, 2027, she'll be gone again, and then she's going to be legal, and then, the Computer Misuse Act may not come into play because, she's legal and she's not going to show up. But this is Computer Misuse Act right here, okay? This is Computer Misuse Act. You got that in Barbados, right? Not here in America, but in Barbados, there's something called the Computer Misuse Act. And this is it happening right here because she doesn't want to be found. She doesn't give a fuck. She doesn't care nothing. And there's nothing she could lose. There's nothing that she could lose. It's gone. It's gone. It's been taken. It's gone. It's no longer there. So she has nothing to lose, okay? So this is computer misuse at this point, okay? I'm just saying something that you guys should have figured out. It seems like I have to break shit down to you all the time. All the time. Computer misuse by the police department and her father or whoever called this in computer misuse. And it's a crime. This is a crime, okay? She's not missing, okay? Jenique is not missing, okay? She is not missing. She's never been missing. She just goes off to get whatever she needs, and they send her back home, okay? They help get her the slap. Okay, see you later. See you later. Sheriff Veronica.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.